In the corridors of British politics, where the reality of crime, economic instability, and immigration pressure loom large over every community, the prioritization of issues like Islamophobia reveals a profound disconnect between the political elite and the concerns of ordinary citizens. As Keir Starmer steps down after what can only be described as a deeply unsettling meeting with King Charles, his remarks on Islamophobia, made during a recent public appearance, expose a dangerous trend, a growing distance between the Labour Party and the very people it seeks to represent. Starmer's failure to address the most pressing issues of the day demonstrates a fundamental misunderstanding of what the British public is truly concerned about, and in doing so, he places himself and his party further out of touch with reality. For the past several years, Britain has faced escalating crime rates that are undermining the fabric of its communities. Violent crime, particularly knife crime, has become an epidemic in our cities. Theft and burglary are on the rise, leaving ordinary families feeling unsafe in their own homes. Meanwhile, the economic struggles of the average Briton have only deepened. Wages stagnate, inflation soars, and many are forced to choose between paying their bills and putting food on the table. On top of all this, Britain faces a wave of immigration that is putting an immense strain on public services, housing, and the social fabric of communities. Yet, in the face of these crises, Keir Starmer chooses to focus his rhetoric on Islamophobia, as though it were the most pressing issue facing the nation today. There is no question that hate crimes, including Islamophobia, must be condemned and dealt with. But the real question is, why is this the issue Starmer decides to spotlight, while completely ignoring the concerns that dominate the lives of ordinary Britons? It is as though he and the Labour Party are living in a parallel universe, entirely disconnected from the daily struggles of the working class. People do not wake up every morning fearing Islamophobia. They wake up fearing that their children will not come home because of a knife attack. They worry that they will lose their jobs, that their town will be overtaken by an influx of people competing for limited housing and public services. These are the real issues of the day, and they are the issues that the Labour Party has failed to address. Starmer's remarks on Islamophobia may have earned him praise from certain activist circles, but they have alienated vast swathes of the British electorate who feel that their concerns are not being heard. The rise in crime, the lack of job security, the strain on public infrastructure, all these are issues that require urgent attention. But instead of addressing these concerns, Starmer deflects, offering a carefully crafted response about his commitment to prosecuting hate crimes. He speaks about his past experience as the Director of Public Prosecutions, a job that he claims gives him unparalleled insight into the problem. But this focus on prosecuting individuals who engage in hate speech is not what the average Briton cares about. They want to know how their government will tackle the knife-wielding gangs terrorizing their streets. They want to know what is being done to secure their jobs and safeguard their homes from rising crime. Moreover, Starmer's failure to acknowledge the increasing wave of immigration is nothing short of reckless. Record numbers of migrants continue to arrive in the UK, and while many seek a better life, their arrival has led to significant strains on local services, schools, and housing. There is a growing sense among ordinary Britons that their communities are changing in ways that are beyond their control, with little thought given to social integration. This is a legitimate concern, one that many of the working class are grappling with daily. Yet, Starmer's silence on this issue is deafening. Rather than addressing these anxieties, he pushes forward with a narrative that focuses on Islamophobia, further alienating the very people whose concerns he should be addressing. If Keir Starmer truly wants to be the leader of a party that represents the British public, he must first recognise that the people of Britain are not obsessed with identity politics. They are obsessed with survival. They want to live in communities that are safe. They want to feel confident that they will be able to pay their bills, feed their families, and provide a better future for their children. They want politicians who are grounded in reality, who understand their struggles, and who are willing to tackle the tough issues head-on. If Starmer continues down this path of pandering to specific interest groups while ignoring the broader concerns of the public, he will cement his place as an out-of-touch political elite who has lost the confidence of the British people. The backlash against Starmer's recent remarks should serve as a wake-up call. The Labour Party cannot continue to ignore the real issues that affect the lives of millions of Britons. Crime, economic instability, and the impact of mass immigration must be addressed with urgency, clarity, and action. The political class may have a vested interest in pushing a narrow narrative that focuses on identity-based issues, but the people of Britain are demanding something more. They are demanding a government that understands their daily struggles and is prepared to tackle the issues that matter most. Keir Starmer's failure to heed this call is a tragic misstep, and one that could cost the Labour Party dearly in the years to come. If he truly cares about the future of this country, he must shift his focus to the real problems that Britons face every day, before it is too late.